Yeah, Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. I think I learned a lot from them. I'm gonna be a sponge. I'm probably gonna be a gnat too because I'm gonna ask them a lot of questions. I'm probably gonna get on their nerves too because of my personality. I like to joke a little bit, but honestly, they win. They like to win, and I think that's really big when looking at a program like that. And like I said, they have a chance of winning the WNBA, so I'm happy about that.
Welcome everybody to the Sports Culture, all things sports. It's Jay Banfo, and we gotta talk about Caitlin Clark and Raven Johnson. But before we get into that, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for your support. So the 2026 WNBA draft night was full of surprises, but the biggest surprise happened when the Indiana Fever selected Raven Johnson, the point guard out of South Carolina, 10th overall. Now, some people might say the Fever overdrafted her because if you look at her college stats, nothing really stands out. In college, Raven averaged 6.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on 42% shooting from the field. Now, I get it. Those South Carolina teams were usually loaded, so maybe she wasn't asked to do too much. But for her to be drafted 10th overall to a team that already has a point guard in Caitlin Clark, it leads to many questions about why she was selected. Now, that just scratches the surface because Caitlin Clark and Raven Johnson have a unique history with each other. Now, it all leads back to college when Raven Johnson was scared to shoot the ball in the NCAA tournament versus Iowa. It got so bad that Caitlin Clark literally left her wide open and dismissed her offensive ability.
Caitlin Clark.
And look at how far Caitlin Clark is playing off of Raven Johnson. Caitlin Clark, left side. She doesn't even look at her. Waves her hand as if to say, I don't care about you. I'm not defending you.
That's one reason I hate the internet now. Because of that situation, like I got bashed, I got bullied, I got called all these things that I wasn't, aka like a monkey or this, I don't know, like it was just things like that. And I just think I wanted to quit basketball at that time. And I wanted to just go in this little bubble of isolation and just be by myself. And I think, I leaned on God. I had some wonderful teammates, wonderful people in my life, like I said, and they helped me find that light, and it put so much fuel to the fire to me to go back the next year, and we went undefeated and met that team again, and we beat them. So I think it was all God.
It was a strategic and tactical move, yes, but also it was disrespectful. Raven Johnson could not shoot the ball. Mentally, she was done. Iowa ended up winning that game, but the memes and internet videos led Raven into a dark place that almost led her to quit basketball. Now, she did bounce back, and South Carolina won the tournament the following year, defeating that same Iowa team. So here we are today, and both of them are teammates in the WNBA. The Fever had their first practice yesterday, and already we have a controversy. So, if you didn't see what happened, let me break it down. According to the internet, Caitlin Clark tried to high five Raven Johnson, but it appeared that she took a step back and pulled her hand away when Clark came near her. Yes, everybody, this is a real talking point, a non high five in an open practice. Now, if you ask me, I don't think this is a big deal and it shouldn't be controversial. I just think the internet is overanalyzing the entire situation. Now, I will say this, the front office has not done Caitlin Clark any favors. The perception is that Raven and Caitlin don't like each other. Even if it's not true, why draft Raven when you know all eyes will be on how those two interact with each other? Raven Johnson just isn't good enough for you as an organization to take that risk. She's not going to start over Caitlin Clark. And to be honest, I don't see her playing much her rookie season. Now, I will give her credit. She is a tremendous defender. Also, she was teammates with Aaliyah Boston at South Carolina, so you know those two have chemistry. However, you have to ask yourself as an organization, is Raven Johnson worth all of this? Now, I don't think so, but the Fever are really high on her, And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Now, is there real tension between Caitlin Clark and Raven Johnson? In my opinion, all signs point to no.
Does it help having a couple other former South Carolina players on this roster to kind of help ease in and ease that transition?
Yeah, it has helped. I think other people too. Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark, Lacey Hull, Kelsey Mitchell. They all great people to be around. They help me when I don't know things. They know the system really well. So I asked them a lot of questions yesterday. I don't know. They probably got annoyed by me, but I did ask them a lot of questions yesterday.
Listen, in professional sports, winning cures everything. These are two athletes who have spent their entire lives being scrutinized. They understand that rivalry sells tickets and get clicks, but in the locker room, they have the same goal. Honestly, the drama that we see online is just a byproduct of how much fans really have invested in the WNBA, which is a great thing. Now, if it gets to a point when they start to yell and scream at each other during a game, then I'll change my tune and say, yes, there is real tension there. But for today, I won't go that far. And just because they didn't high-five each other in practice doesn't mean that they can't work out as teammates. Now, with that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.